The purpose of this video is simple. Get your lazy ass to watch some old anime. We all know it. That instant feeling of recognition when we see a character from a classic anime that we've vaguely heard of from somewhere, but haven't really gotten around to watching. This inner monologue of blatant self-deception which goes something like, yeah, I'll get around to it, eventually, but you won't. At least not until I give you the secret fix for this problem forever. And hear me out on this one. It will revolutionize your world. Don't watch new anime. Well, alright, that might have been a bit too radical. I too enjoy being part of the conversation surrounding a new show, and I'm of course always secretly anticipating the birth of the next great classic that I witness myself, which I can then pass on as a legend to my grandchildren and generations to come. But at some point, you really have to wonder what this overbearing focus on the trendiest shows has done to us. Where we are so obsessed with relevance that we look at legendary classic like 39 episode long shows and say, nah, that's too much. My time is better spent checking out 39 shitty first episodes of new shows this year. Think about it. Works of art that have stood the test of time have done so for a reason. That is because they are not only timeless but also fundamental to what modern anime is today. And that's what this video is all about. To grow as an anime lover, it is absolutely imperative to go out of your way and explore the old stuff, to trace the lineage, to see the development, the influences, to finally find out what a Devilman, a Gundam, a Yamato or an Ashita no Joe is. You've all seen these referenced, and I'm willing to bet that all of your favorite anime directors are massively influenced by these. Just go for it and watch them. I've been doing a challenge for myself, to watch only anime released before Evangelion for the whole month of February, and it has been awesome all around so far. Sure, there might have been the occasional mediocre to bad show that should have really stayed lost in time, but I've also started watching a bunch of shows that I might have never gotten around to otherwise. To get you a head start in your old anime journey, I'll talk about 3 of those shows that have left a particular impression on me, and I'll tell you what makes them good, and what you can learn from them. Takarajima is a great adaptation of Robert Louis Stevenson's novel Treasure Island. Directed by none other than Osamu Dezaki, of Ashita no Joe fame. Dezaki was one of the main influences on the style of Kunihiko Ikuhara, whom you might know from Revolutionary Girl Utena and Mawaru Penguin Drum, as well as Akiyuki Shinbo, whom you should know from his work on Madoka and probably his work on the Monogatari series, though it is heavily debated how much he's actually involved. But Dezaki's influence certainly doesn't stop there. The famous Dezaki triple. The Dezaki impact frames. His famous Dutch angles. You might recognize these and similar flourishes in many anime series you know, and they are all derived from here. Dezaki was a visionary, who really pushed the medium of TV anime and brought strong symbolic and cinematic language into his series. But enough about the man himself, onto the actual show. Takarajima is the best adaptation of Treasure Island. The beckoning call to adventure that is the paranoid pirate Billy Bones arriving at the inn of Jim's mother couldn't be a more iconic start to a coming-of-age adventure story all about the dualistic freedom of adventure and the transgressive outsider's existence that pirates are condemned to. The show is very well paced, reframes the well-known story through Dezaki's amazing style, looks great, moves great, and is fun and adventurous, as well as tense and emotional where it wants to be. This is really a classic novel brought to life, which became a classic anime itself. This series is relatively short with its length of only 26 episodes and marks a great entry point for newcomers to Dezaki's series. If you like his specific style, make sure to check out Versailles Nobara and Ashita no Joe later on. Urusei Yatsura is based on a classic rom-com manga by Rumiko Takahashi, of Ranma 1/2 and Inuyasha fame, directed by none other than Mamoru Oshii, also known for motherfucking Ghost in the Shell. This is a truly insane, fast-paced, absurdist comedy, rivaling only the likes of Gintama. And very similar to Gintama it is indeed. From its gigantic cast of recurring characters which establish their own running gags to its almost entirely episodic comedy with only gradual changes to the surrounding world, to its more serious and emotional moments that really hit hard despite all the insanity surrounding it, to their shared problem that they both start not showing their full potential, but then undergo massive developments. When Urusei Yatsura episode 22 hits and you had already enjoyed it so far, you're gonna be overjoyed to find out that that was this show still just hiding its power level. From here on out, it's one of the strongest comedy anime I have ever seen. Urusei Yatsura is about the invader Lam coming to Earth and through a series of wacky hijinks ending up in a marriage with an unwilling Ataru, an idiotic lust-driven Earth boy who's haunted by nothing but misfortune. Together, and mostly driven by Ataru's own idiocy and lust, they experience episodic shenanigans of cosmic proportions, including aliens, yokai, love triangles, time travel, aim for the ace references, and much more. With occasional episodes taking a warmer approach of getting close to the real emotional heart of the characters, providing the romance part of this romantic comedy. Which it usually isn't. It's very slapstick heavy, mean-spirited at times, and almost entirely absurdist. But the anime really pulls off this tone shift without any problems, and it really works. Of note here is also that Urusei Yatsura also provided one of the first moe obsessions in Invader Lam. It is a super long show with almost 200 episodes, 6 movies and a follow-up OVA series, but it is absolutely worth checking out. This is probably the most well-known show of the bunch, but I didn't watch it as a kid, so here goes nothing. Sailor Moon probably requires no introduction, but I think it deserves a closer examination from an unclouded, fresh perspective on it. I jumped into Sailor Moon right after watching Revolutionary Girl Utena, because its director Ikuhara directed a couple of episodes and later a season of it. And through it I also learned of director Junichi Sato, otherwise known for Aria and Doremi, whose other work I have yet to explore, but whose episodes always stand out. I wasn't having high expectations because mentally Sailor Moon always had the status as one of those anime that ran on TV. I was surprised to find out that I was completely underestimating it. Sailor Moon's episodic Monster of the Week plots are mostly used for woke little storylines to point out something about the manipulative world, about the vanity of people, about obsession with commodities and how Usagi as Sailor Moon fights these vices to free the people from these influences which are represented in the monsters. The wokeness of some of these episodes really shows that Utena is based on some of these ideas, just more mature and way more complex. Sailor Moon is best consumed in small doses, because it can get very repetitive with a new monster in each episode along with a drawn out transformation scene and a similar plot structure between all of them. But this show really is about the creative visuals, the funny character moments and the core themes of the episode. Once you sit back, learn to anticipate the cool moments and otherwise enjoy this beautifully colorful show, you're in for a good one. Watching and understanding anime in a context of its own historicity and lineage will most certainly deepen your appreciation for the medium and will help you to analyze styles, tropes and trends in order to familiarize yourself with the unique symbolic language that all of anime utilizes, which will in turn make you more acutely aware of what modern anime is doing and in what ways it developed from back then. It is a truly enlightening experience that connects you closer with the artists that made your favorite shows. So there you go. Go watch some old anime. I'm out.